Om Namo. O Gadadhara, Krishna, our kingdom is now being marked by the impressions of your feet, and therefore it appears beautiful. But when you leave, it will no longer be so.
So, in the Chanakya sloka, there is a very nice verse. Sadvari Bhushanam Chandra, Prithvi Bhushanam Raja, Narinam Bhushanam Pati, Vidya Sarvasya Bhushan. Everything looks beautiful when one is related with something in very intimate relation. Just like at night, the sky becomes beautiful when there is moon. Everyone can understand. The sky is there. Vast sky at night. But on the full moon night, when the moon is there and the stars are there brilliantly, it looks very nice. Similarly, the state, it looks very nice if there is good God, good king, good president. Then everyone is happy, everything going on nicely. Similarly, Narinam Bhujanam Pati, a girl looks very beautiful. Girls are naturally beautiful, but she looks very beautiful when she has got a husband. Narinam Bhujanam Pati. And Vidya Sarvasya Bhujanam. But if a person, however ugly he may be, if he is learned, scholar, that is his beauty. Similarly, there are Kokilanam Sagu Rupa, Nari Rupa, Kodipata, these are there. Similarly, everything will look very beautiful when Krishna is there. When Krishna is there. So, Kunti Devi is thinking that when Krishna will be absent, this kingdom will not be beautiful. So long Krishna is with us, we Pandavas, our kingdom, Hastinapur, everything beautiful. It is said, Tatpadairam Gita Bhati. Krishna, you are now in our kingdom. You are walking. So by the impression of your footprints, everything is beautiful. There is sufficient supply of food, clothes, water, everything looks beautiful. But when you leave us, then it will not be beautiful. That is the English word. Niyam Sodhisate, Sodhisate. It will not grow beautiful. So it is not only applicable when Krishna was present and Kunti was speaking. It is not that the truth was there. It is always with the advancement of our civilization. If you cannot bring Krishna in the center, Krishna consciousness, then it will never become beautiful. This is the clear. To bring Krishna consciousness, practically anyone can appreciate that these you are all boys and girls. When you are outside this Krishna consciousness, just think over, your duty was there. But at the present moment, because you are in Krishna consciousness, you look very beautiful. That's a fact, nobody can deny. You compare with other boys and girls, as the boys and girls here, anyone in your country, they are giving you the name, bright faces. Do you know? Reduce the yes. In Philadelphia, one lady was inquiring, that, are you Americans? But I said, no. So, actually, your countrymen, those who are sober, they are seeing that how these boys and girls are becoming so nice, jolly, beautiful. Because at the present moment in your country, all young generation, mostly they're confused, hopeless. We see every day. Morose, black faces. Why? Because they're missing the point. There is no aim of life. But these devotees, Krishnites, they look so beautiful. Why? Because Krishna. Really bad. Any sane man will admit. So, what is fact now? What was fact before, during 5,000 years ago, when Pandavas were there? That Krishna in the center, everything becomes beautiful. That can be done at any time. Krishna is always there. Simply, you have to invite him. My Lord, please come and be in the center. That's it. Everything will be beautiful. The same example sometimes I will give. That there are zero is nowhere. But you bring one by the side of zero, it becomes 10 times. So, our point is that you do whatever you are doing. You don't stop it. We never say, just stop everything of material. But we have to stop anything which is against Krishna consciousness. Because you do not stop, it doesn't mean that we shall not stop meeting. We must stop. This is again advancement in Krishna consciousness. You cannot commit sinful activities. Krishna said, Aham Tvang Sarva Papinka Mokhishan. Krishna says that you surrender unto me and I shall rescue you, make you liberated from all kinds of sinful activities. Every one of us, life after life, we are committing sinful activities. Knowingly or unknowingly, knowingly I may kill one animal, that is sinful certainly. Even though we do it unknowingly, that is also sin. Just like while we are walking on the street, we are killing so many animals, unknowingly. So, in our ordinary dealings, while cooking, while taking water, while using pestle and mortar for smashing spices, we are killing so many animals. So unless we remain Krishna conscious, we are liable to be punished for all these unknowingly committing sinful activities. Knowingly, of course, you will be the bad. Unknowingly. knowingly or unknowingly, just like fire. A child unknowingly touches the fire. Does it mean the fire will extinguish the child? No. The nature's law is so strict, so stringent, that there is no question of excuse. The ordinary law. So ignorance is no excuse for legal obligation. If you go to the court and if you say, my lord, I did not know that the result of this action is this, criminal, that is not pleading that you will be excused. So, therefore, Krishna consciousness must be there. If we actually want to be free from the reaction of sinful life that we are doing, knowingly and unknowingly, then Krishna consciousness must be there. Krishna said, Aham Pang Sarva Papin Bhavam Krishna. Therefore it is recommended, Kirtaniya Sadari. Always we have to be engaged in chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. So that Krishna will save us. Knowingly, we cannot commit any sinful activity. That is one thing. Unknowingly also we cannot do it. Then we will be liable. Therefore, if you remain in Krishna consciousness, if you always keep Krishna within your mind, then just like when the sun is there, there cannot be any darkness. Similarly, if you keep Krishna Surya, the Krishna sun, that is our motto in the back God. Krishna Surya Sama Maya Andhaka. Krishna is just like brilliant sunshine, and the Maya, ignorance, is just like darkness. But when or why or where the sun is there, there cannot be any darkness. Similarly, you keep Krishna in consciousness always, there cannot be any ignorance, there cannot be any darkness. You will be walking very freely in bright sunshine of Krishna. Don't try to make Krishna absent. That is Kunti's prayer. My dear Krishna, we are going to Dwarka. This is an example. They are not going. Krishna is not going from the Pandavas. Just like in Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, when Krishna left Vrindavan for Mathura, so in this Shastra it is said, Vrindavanam paritajya na padamedam gacchati. Krishna does not go in one state from Vrindavan. He doesn't go. He is so much attached to Vrindavan. Then we see that Krishna left Vrindavan, went to Mathura. How is that he went so far away and did not return for many years? No. Krishna actually did not leave Vrindavan. Because since Krishna left Vrindavan, all the inhabitants of Gopi, they are simply thinking of Krishna and prayer. That was the reason. Madhav Jasudha, Nanda Maharaj, Radharani, all the Gopis, all the cows, all the calves, all the cowherd boys, their only business was to think of Krishna and prayer. Absence, separation. The Krishna can be felt, Krishna can be present more acutely in separation. That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching. To love Krishna in separation. Dr. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in separation, Govindam Virahiname. Sunnaitam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahiname. You are thinking that everything is vacant without Govinda, without Krishna. So everything is vacant, but Krishna consciousness is there. Krishna consciousness is there. So that is the highest perfection. When we see everything is nothing, simply Krishna consciousness is just. That is high, that is the gopis. Therefore gopis are so exalted. Not for a single moment they could forget Krishna. Not for a single moment. Krishna was going in the forest with his cows and calves. And gopis at home, they were disturbed in the mind. Oh, Krishna is walking there to there. There are so many stones and nails. There is speaking Krishna's lotus feet. It is so soft that we think our breast as hard on Krishna, who says lotus feet. Still, he is walking. They are absorbing this song. And they are crying. So they are so anxious to see Krishna back home in the evening that they are standing on the way, on the roof. Now Krishna is coming back. This is Krishna consciousness. This is Krishna cannot be absent from a devotee when he is too much absorbed in Krishna's form. This is the process of Krishna consciousness. So here Kunti Devi is very much anxious that Krishna will be absent. But the effect will be, when Krishna will be absent physically, he will be more, accurately present within the mind of the people. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teaching is that Vipralamma Seva, by practical life, is finding out Krishna. Govindam Vinahinam, Sunnayidam Jagat Satmam, Govindam Vinahinam. That's why Chakshusha Pravishayitam, Chakshusha Pravishayitam, Sunnayidam Jagat Satmam, Govindam Vinahinam. Is crying like torrents of rain come out of the eyes, and is feeling everything required for under Krishna, separation, Vipralam. So, Sambhog and Vipralam. There are two stages of meeting Krishna. Sambhog means when he is personally present. That is called Sambhog. Personally talking, personally meeting, personally embracing. That is called Sambhog. And there is another, Vipralam. The two ways a devotee can be benefited. At the present moment, when we are in this material world, we do not see directly Krishna. We see Krishna, just like I was explaining in the CD. We see Krishna indirectly. Just like if you see the Pacific Ocean, you can remember Krishna immediately if you are at home. How you can remember Krishna? You can think of, that is called meditation, not some rascal. This is meditation. Now, you can think of the Pacific Ocean. It's such a vast mass of water and so many big, big waves. I am standing a few hours from it, but I am safe. I am safe because I am confident that this ocean, however powerful it may be, however its waves are very fearful, I am sure it will not come up to me. How it is happening? Then the Shagmaya, by the order of Krishna. Krishna's order, my dear Padmini Goswami, you may be very big and powerful, but it cannot come beyond this life. You can remember immediately Krishna, God. God is so powerful that in this pacific ocean is abiding the order, obeying the order of Krishna. In this way you can think of Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness. That is Krishna consciousness. You see the sunrise, immediately you can remember Krishna. If you have read Bhagavad Gita, it is stated there, Prabhasmi Sashisujaya. I am the shining of the sun, I am the shining of the moon. So, if you have learned how to see Krishna, you can see in the sunshine Krishna. You have not created the sunshine. You have not created the sun, you so-called scientists. You can talk all jugglery of words only. But it is beyond your capacity to know what is the sun. It is beyond your capacity. You cannot know. But you can know. Shastra Jonitya, Vedanta Sutra says through the Shastra, that in the Brahma Samhita, about the sun, it is stated, Chakchakshuri Sasavita Savalam Prahana Raja Samasta Suramurti Asishutija Jashamvaya Brahmati Samritakala Chakro Govindamadi Purisam Tamaham Bhajami. Now study this Vedic literature. What is the sun? The sun is described as the eyes of all the planets. Now you think about it, meditate. Yes, this is fact. Because unless there is sunrise, then you cannot see at night. That's not possible. And what is the sun? Sun is the eyes of the Lord. This is moon is one eye and the sun is one. And in the Upanishad it is said, when Krishna sees, then you can see. When Krishna sees, so Krishna is seeing with his eyes the sun, then you can see. This is fact. You cannot see anything if Krishna does not see. So you think about the sun. Then what is the sun? Now it is the king of all planets. Raja. Raja means king. Samasta Suramurti. And what is the nature? Asesa Teja. Unlimitedly hot. Unlimited. Asesa Teja. Then what is his function? Just Sangya Brahmati Samvita Kala Chakro. Sun has got its orbit. So God has ordered that you just travel within this orbit. Not here, not here. The scientist says that if the sun is more, a little this side, the whole universe will be ablaze. And if it moves this side, the whole universe will be frozen. But by the order of the Supreme, it is neither going in 1/10,000th part of an inch, this side or this side. Exactly, right. Exactly due to the time, fixed time, at 5:30, it must rise. So there must be some discipline, there must be some obedience, there is some order. In this way, the Shastra says, Jashamvaya Brahmati Samvita Kala Chakra, by whose order the sun is moving in the origin. Govindamadi Purisam Tamaham Bhajami. I worship that original person who is giving direction into the sun, into the ocean, into the moon. Everything is going on under his order. So where is the difficulty to understand God? It's not difficulty. If actually one is sane man, if he has got some brain substance, not stool substance, then he can understand God in every stage, every stage, every stage. Rasoham Sukam Priya Prabhat Sisituda, Sabdakti, everything explained there. Why they speak lies that I'm not saying God. Why don't you see God as God directs it? Why you manufacture your own way? You cannot see God by your own way. That is not possible. Then you will remain always blind. That is happening at the present moment. The so-called philosophers and scientists, they are trying to see God in their own way. And it is being supported by Russell that you can find out in your own way to see God. That is not possible. You cannot see God in your own way. You have to see God by God's way. Then it is. It is not possible to see God in your what you are. Just like if I want to see President Nixon, can I see him in my own way? Then how you can expect to see God in your own way? Is it not rascal? I cannot see even an ordinary man in big position in my own way. I have to apply, I have to take the sanction of the secretary, appoint some time, and so on, so on. And I am expecting to see God in my own way. And these rascals are supporting this view that you can see God in your own way. As many ways you invent, they are all bona. This is just. So, the world is full of rascals and fools. Therefore, God consciousness, Krishna consciousness has become a fake idea. Otherwise, if one wants to see God, as Kunti Devi is requesting, that you remain always alert. One can keep God always within his heart. He is always there. Therefore, we have to apply as it was done by Maharaj Amru. Savai mana Krishna padaravinda pachangsi vaikunta gunanuvana. Krishna consciousness. First thing is that we have to fix up our mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. That mind is the center of all sensual activities. If your mind is absent, in spite of having your eyes, you cannot see. In spite of having your ears, you cannot hear. Therefore, mind is considered the 11th sense. There are 10 senses, 5 working and 5 knowledge acquired. And the mind is the center. So, Indriyani Pararahu, everything is there in Bhagavad Gita. Indriyani Pararahu, Indriya Bhaparamvana. Krishna is explaining that we take these senses as very prominent. But beyond these senses, there is another superior thing, that is mind. Beyond this mind, there is intelligence. And beyond this intelligence, there is soul. So how they can appreciate existence of soul if they cannot understand the psychological movement of the mind? Behind that mind there is intelligence. The utmost they can approach to the intellectual platform. But one has to go beyond the intellectual platform to understand what is soul. Or what is God. Otherwise it is not. So, everything is there, but we have to understand through the right channel. Therefore, Vedic information is tad vijnanatham sa gurumeva aviyacchi Samipani Srutriyam Brahmanishnam. This is basic. Yes. That if you actually serious about understanding that supernatural, transcendental subject matter, you must approach a bona fide spiritual master. Thank you.